Well, hello, Aries, and welcome to Mystic Door Tarot. This is Barb with your weekly reading, and I thought it would be interesting to check in with the karma cards for this week's reading. I haven't really pulled out these cards in quite a long time, but they were calling to me, so a little karma and astrology for the week ahead. This will be messages coming through like on a spiritual, a mental, and a physical level. But before we begin, please consider subscribing and supporting the channel, hit the like button, and share a positive comment with the community. So with that, let's begin and see what messages and guidance are coming through. Well, first, as always, we're going to see what crystal is being suggested for you for this week, even though we're doing a karma reading instead of a tarot reading. This is more karma, astrology, whatever comes up, because there's a bunch of different combinations that could come up here. What crystal for Aries? Tiger's Eye, self-confidence through God confidence, believing in yourself by believing in God working through you. That is spirit, source energy. And I'm looking for my Tiger's Eye. There we go. Let's bring that into the reading. Okay, self-confidence through God or Spirit's confidence in you. All right. Let's see what planet. This is, they all go together. Planet, sign. We're going to see what the message is coming through from these cards. Like I said, there could be various different combinations, so what's the planet we're starting off with? And we have Neptune. Okay. And what sign? Not necessarily going to be your sign, Aries. We're starting off with Neptune. Neptune. In Aquarius. And what house is it in reference to? Neptune in Aquarius. In the 6th house. All right. Okay. So Neptune. In Aquarius in the 6th house. Well, with Neptune kicking it off, this is closely associated with the sign of Pisces, which the symbol is 2 fish. And the sign of the fish kind of was used by early Christianity to kind of mark places where secret religious services were held. So the sign of Pisces, the planet Neptune, are closely associated with the message that Christ was giving. And we're not going into a religious reading here, but it's about sacrifice, faith, a higher cause. And a strong message here about the true home of the soul is certainly not in the material world. So with Neptune kicking it off, it's an indication the soul has its origin beyond the material world, and it's represented by this planet Neptune. So while Saturn represents what we normally think of as reality, Neptune represents the reality that's beyond what we can comprehend. It's a very dreamy kind of energy. So with Neptune, you're connected to all that is, all that was, and all that will be. So that was a message my guides wanted me to, really clarify this Neptune dreamy energy. All is one. And of course, being in Aquarius, this is the water bearer. This is associated with humanity, ideas, for the good of humanity. The water bearer pours his water onto the earth for all of humanity to drink. It's in regards to friends and hopes and wishes, invention, rebellion, unrestricted freedom, being very independent and unique. A desire to maybe change the world and make it better for the sake of humanity. So you've got a very dreamy planet here. And the sign, Neptune in Aquarius, can be coming up with a lot of information in regards to, it's very much like a scattered, very dreamy energy, where you might get lost in that energy, Aries, not being able to choose. Now, in the 6th house, this is associated with what would be considered your hidden life in relationships with others and things that can work for or against your relationships with others. So the 6th house is associated with work and services, service to others, working for others, others working for you. Working for people that you see, It can be in regards to how you feel about working for others. And also, again, how others feel working for you. So it kind of goes both ways. But this certainly can be in regards to charity, volunteer work that you do. Being in service to others in that manner. Okay, so Neptune in Aquarius in the 6th house. Really getting that the sky's the limit in regards to how you can give back to humanity, Aries. And with it being in the 6th house, at times you might need support and help, and then at other times you give back to the community. So your crystal here being Tiger's Eye, believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So this is also the charity that you do, how generous you are to others. The good luck, which is usually affiliated with Tiger's Eye, will come back to you as well. Now, let's get into the spiritual, mental, and physical aspects of the message here. And if you look on each of the cards, it has S for spiritual, M for the mental aspect of it, and the physical aspect with a P. So we look at the cards this way. This is the action, that can be taken, and then we'll look at the outcome by taking this action. And it's just really amazing how these cards can all come together with a message for you. And first we have, from a spiritual sense, inspire others with your vision as a full-time job. So you're putting it all together, inspire others with your vision as a full-time job. So it can be dreaming about what you could do, what you're good at, how you could give back to humanity. So your job might be getting the word out, inspiring others in some way, shape, or form that you can do on a full-time basis and earn money from. Now, one prime example I can think of with that is being some kind of a teacher, where you're inspiring others. Your vision is to, give out information, teach others. And that certainly can be a full-time job here. So for some Aries, certainly some of you might be teachers already doing this. There's a way to give back. That's your way to give back. But inspire others with your vision as a full-time job. Here's the result of that. The outcome would be the idealization. I don't know if you can see it. The idealization of genius to experiment with service to others. So there you go. It's very much that Aquarius humanitarian kind of effort, charity, giving back, the idealization of genius to experiment with service to others. So it is inspiring others with your vision and being able to do it as a full-time job. So that's a message for some of you out there. Self-confidence through God confidence, believing in yourself by believing that God is working through you. So that's why there was a long intro with the Neptune. It's kind of like, it's affiliated with, Pisces, the two fish, and that ties into the Christianity for all of humanity. So let's look now from the mental aspect of it. Be prepared to sacrifice for what's new and different about serving. So altogether, it is be prepared to sacrifice for what's new and different about serving. This is in service to others. So Aries, you might be currently in a job or wanting to get in a job, or you're helping others, you're serving others in some way. Can be, if you're not doing that as a full-time job, Aries, you might be thinking about some kind of charity where you could volunteer your time and also share your expertise and talents and giving back that way. So, so be prepared to sacrifice for what's new and different about serving. If you take that kind of action, this is what's coming. This is what the outcome would be. Confusion regarding the discoveries of what is good, what is actually good for us. What's new and different about serving can cause this confusion regarding the discoveries of what is actually good for us. So this can get into a very philosophical, how it resonates for you kind of messaging with these cards. So let's move on to the physical aspect. Yielding is the only way to use an unconventional way and do it a little at a time. This is really like a message of, change what's going on around you little by little. Yielding is the only way. That's kind of like compromising, give way. Use an unconventional way and do it a little at a time. This is Aquarian energy. And Pluto went into Aquarius, we the people, fighting back, taking a stand, defending, humanitarian efforts. So yielding is the only way to use an unconventional way and do it a little at a time. So it is certainly about the change that the world's going through, and you're a part of it, Aries. This is whatever you do for a living, or whatever charity, what you enjoy giving back, anything that is in service to others. So physically, yielding is the only way to use an unconventional way, and you need to do it at a little time. The outcome to taking that kind of action would be sacrifice resulting from the eccentricity of your work. Wow. Sometimes these cards can really get in depth, but sacrifice resulting from the eccentricity of your work. But again, I can't help but the crystals that are coming out with these karma cards kind of go very much in conjunction, because believe in yourself by believing in God or spirit working through you. And that's in regards to service to others, helping others, charity organizations, wherever you, devote your time and energy, the causes that you believe in, helping others. That is your message for this week. Neptune in Aquarius in the 6th house. Definite indication. And it goes back to your very first message, your spiritual message here. is inspire others with your vision as a full-time job. So that's a message to some of the Aries out there that maybe what you're currently doing is not what you really want to be doing. And so you don't have enough confidence yet. This is the message saying you'll get that self-confidence through jumping in and inspiring others with your vision, your beliefs, and doing it full-time. All right, Aries, that's the messages for the week, the karmic messages. Thank you so much for joining me. Sending you love and abundance.